This video's featured creature is one of the most, if not the most, beautiful birds in the United States. I realize beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but the painted bunting is certainly a brilliantly colored songbird, to say the least. And it's a bird that not everyone in North America gets to enjoy, as its range is rather limited. The male painted bunting is certainly striking. It has a blue head with a red circle around each eye. Its neck, breast, and belly are red to orange-red, and it has a light green back with a red rump, and its tail and wings can be a mixture of any or all of its colors. This little bird looks like an artist took a paintbrush to it with spectacular reds, blues, and greens. Additionally, its colors are metallic when the sun shines just right on the feathers. Female painted buntings also have feathers that have a sheen in the sunlight. However, they are not as colorful as males and are green above and yellowish below. Even though the painted bunting is relatively common within its range, it's not uncommon to rarely see them. You would think that a bird as colorful as the painted bunting would stick out like a sore thumb, but it's hard to see its colors from a distance, and they are not easily identifiable, nor are they easily photographed. And my luck stinks when it comes to photographing painted buntings. When I am lucky enough to get close in on one, it's usually cloudy, or the sun has gone down, or the light is not right, etc. The painted bunting is a neotropical migrant. It breeds and spends summers in the United States and a portion of northern Mexico, but winters further south. Sadly, the painted bunting is a popular caged bird in certain parts of the world. It was once a popular pet in the United States, but it is now illegal to capture or own one here. However, the birds are not so protected in countries where they winter, and their population is declining. A few years back, a man named Andrea Contina, a researcher at Oklahoma University and a National Science Foundation and National Research Traineeship postdoctoral fellow, and his team identified the genetic structure of the painted bunting. According to the university, the team used microsatellite DNA and single nucleotide polymorphisms to develop high-resolution markers to differentiate between individual birds breeding in different Oklahoma populations and across the United States. I thought my head was going to explode the first time I read that. But what that breakthrough research means is that Contina and his team can now differentiate between the eastern and western painted buntings and identify the species pattern of migration and population of origin. Contina said, quote, "We combine molecular genetic research and conservation biology to differentiate between painted bunting populations and individual birds that migrate across several countries for breeding in the United States during the summer, then migrate to Central America for wintering, where often they are captured and sold in the international avian pet market. Genetic markers allow us to differentiate where the birds come from after they are sold. Because the males are so beautiful and brightly colored, they are highly sought after as pets, particularly in Mexico, Central America, and Europe. Pet market birds examined in the published study are most likely from the central breeding population in the United States. One bird can sell for as much as $800 on the international avian pet market." I believe its largest breeding populations must be in Texas and Oklahoma. The painted bunting's breeding range includes nearly all of Texas, most of Oklahoma, all but the Panhandle, most of eastern Kansas, the southwest fourth of Missouri, all of Arkansas, the western half of Mississippi, and all of Louisiana. There is also a breeding population that encompasses the southeastern half of South Carolina, southeastern Georgia, and a portion of northeast Florida. Painted buntings winter in southern Mexico, Central America, the Caribbean, and the southern half of Florida. Painted buntings eat seeds and, during the breeding season, eat a lot of insects. At summer bird feeders, painted buntings love white proso millet seed. According to the Cornell Lab of Ornithology, painted buntings are more likely to eat seeds after the breeding season is over, starting in midsummer. Also, they're more likely to visit a bird feeder in a yard that has low, dense vegetation. During the breeding season, they catch grasshoppers, weevils, and other beetles, caterpillars, bugs, spiders, snails, wasps, and flies. They forage on the ground for seeds of bristlegrass, pigweed, wood sorrel, spurge, panic grass, St. John's wort, sedge, dock, pine, rose, wheat, or fig, according to the Cornell Lab of Ornithology. Painted buntings like semi-open areas best. such as a field that hasn't been brush hogged in 7 or 8 years. They also like woodland edges, roadsides, brush, towns, and gardens. According to the National Audubon Society, painted buntings breed around thickets, hedgerows, woodland clearings, and edges and undergrowth of open woods. According to the Cornell Lab of Ornithology, the male and female search for a place in dense vegetation for a nesting site. Once chosen, the female then constructs the nest. She will lay 3 to 4 eggs and incubate them for about 12 days. Nestlings fledge rather quickly, at about 10 days. A pair of painted buntings will raise 1 to 3 broods per year. Although a small songbird, at about 5 inches in length, painted buntings can be quite aggressive when defending their territory. Males will sometimes even fight to the death. According to the National Audubon Society, males will peck, grapple, and strike each other with their wings. Their fights end with lost feathers, wounds, and eye damage. Though severely territorial during the breeding season, painted buntings may form small flocks on the wintering grounds, often joining other seed-eating species. Painted buntings produce wonderful songs and calls. They warble a series of high-pitched musical notes while singing, often from treetops. I love hearing them every spring when they return to the area. Have a listen. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you.
If I dunk this basketball, you subscribe.